Hello and welcome back to the video on the rest of the day and to another edition of Raw Out of 10. It's a big show today. Clash the Castle a few weeks in a rear view now. We're building towards Extreme Rules, which is the next pay-per-view. So that's going to be a big show. We had title matches on this card. So let's get straight into it. Former Universal champ Seth Rollins kicked off Raw and celebrating his win over Riddle at Clash the Castle. Rollins said that Riddle had asked for a rematch, but there was no way Seth would agree to it. Riddle was rushed out and attacked Rollins in the ring before the two headed to the crowd. Rollins managed to outrun Riddle and ran away. But as Riddle came on his way out after him, Judgment Day came out and stopped him. Balor and Damon offered Riddle a spot on their team, but Riddle refused, saying that he was focused on Rollins. Balor reminded him the refusal meant that they were enemies, before Riddle hit him with a knee strike and sent Damon out of the ring as we headed for a break. Then we came back to Riddle versus Balor. Riddle got a break on Balor for an early near fall. Before Finn got in control after taking Riddle down off the ropes, and he'd put his boot to the former tag champ's throat. Riddle was being stomped out of the apron, but managed to counter a big move and dropped Balor on the outside. Riddle then hit a big springboard move to the outside, taking out both Priest and Balor before trying for the pin in the ring. Priest then got up on the apron and a stretch, and then Balor hit the 1916. Riddle was about to be pinned, but Rey Mysterio attacked Priest at ringside and chased him off into the crowd. Riddle got some big moves off the stretcher, but Balor sent him down into the corner. Riddle dodged the coup de grace and hit the draping DDT before trying the arcade, but Rollins ran the stretch, and Balor took Riddle down and hit a coup de grace, picking up the victory. After the match, Rollins hit a stomp on Riddle before telling him to just give up. This gets 7 out of 10 for me. Really, really good match to start off the show. Riddle, Judgment Day, potentially an interesting feud, but not against them continuing Riddle versus Rollins either. Solid match. Would have liked to see Riddle get the win, but it's a big win for the Judgment Day's house, so 7 out of 10. Dominic Mysterio then had a quick promo and said he was going to finish what he started by paying Edge back for the disrespect. Dom said he was done living under his dad's shadows. Rhea Ripley whispered something into his ear before he got up and left. And then it was time for Raquel and Aaliyah versus Damage Control for the women's tag titles. Raquel and Dakota kicked off the match, and Rodriguez got a stalling vertical suplex before tagging Aaliyah in. Aaliyah then got some big moves in before Raquel came in and sent both men with the Damage Control outside before tossing Aaliyah onto them. Back after a break, Raquel and Sky sent each other outside before Aaliyah got a pin on Dakota, but Bayley put Kai's feet on the ropes to break the count. Raquel then chased after Bayley before Sky came in on moonsault to the outside, taking Rodriguez out. Kyle hit a lung bar in the ring and railed up Aaliyah for the W. Damage Control on new champs. I've got it 7 out of 10. Solid match, and for me the right result. The only question I'd have is why wasn't this just done a few weeks ago? It would have made logical sense. No Tasha and Brady as well, which is kind of a shame, but to be honest I wasn't really expecting it. But on the whole, 7 out of 10. Rey Mysterio then tried to talk Dominic out of the match with Edge, but Rhea Ripley came and took him away before it's Gargano versus Chad Gable. Gable had things under control early on, got a submission move locked in, but Gargano reversed into headlock. Gable was then sent outside, and Gargano hit a senton from the apron before we headed for a break. Back on Raw, Gable tried for the ankle lock, but Johnny Wrestling got out of it, and they traded roll-ups. Atos tried to interfere, but got kicked in the face from the apron before getting a slingshot DDT in the ring for the W. Gargano wins his first match back, but was attacked by Austin Theory from behind with a Money in Bank briefcase and took a selfie and headed to the ring. For this bit of the segment, it gets 7 out of 10 from me. Really good match. But a shame, like to have seen Gable got more offense in, or maybe just not have Gable in his situation, because I really like him. But Gargano getting the win. It's the way we all expected it to be. But anyway, Austin Theory was in the ring when we returned from a break and called Johnny Gargano a bottom feeding nobody. Kevin Owens was next to interrupt, and Theory was furious. Owens said that Austin had everything handed to him, and he would eventually fizzle out, while guys like KO and Gargano would always be relevant, with the heart and soul of the WWE. The two got into a yelling match where Owens clocked him in the face. The brawl broke out. A large number of wrestlers came out to separate the two, and when they did so, Austin was bleeding from possibly a broken nose, which is a shame. If true, and hopefully he's alright. Owens just continuing his heel rampage. Surprised to see heel versus heel, but interested to see where it goes, presuming Theory isn't injured, of course, and hopefully he isn't. Bianca was out next and put an open challenge answered by Deville from SmackDown. She accused Belair of getting her fired as a backstage official. As we got into the match, Belair got a near fall off a gutbuster early on before Deville took her down in the corner and loaded on her with kicks. Belair then came back with jockeying and a superplex before getting a near fall off a moonsault. Deville then dodged the moonsault and sent Belair into the announcer's guest outside. Back in the ring, Deville hit the champ in the face before getting a missile dropkick for a near fall. Sonya tried for an inverted DDT, but Belair countered it into the KOD, picking up the victory. And yeah, 6 out of 10. I mean, like, it was nothing special this title match, but you know, it did its job. So 6 out of 10. Bayley came out after the match and told Belair that she and her group would soon control the whole division. Bayley bragged about beating her and teasing a future title match when the time is right. The rest of Damage Control showed up and covered Bianca taking her out. Asuka and Alexa Bliss came down and down Kai and Sky before they cornered Bayley in the ring. Bayley got taken out and was sent outside before Asuka, Bliss and Belair celebrated in the ring. So big faces coming up on this time, but yeah, it just feels like we're edging ever closer to that match, and I can't wait for it. Omos then took on some promotional challenge and ran them off like a truck. He shoved all offences from one guy before sending the other into the ring post. Omos stacked the two of his opponents with a slam and pinned them with 1 foot. Typical squash match, really, just giving Omos something to do while he's got nothing to do, if that makes sense. So 6 out of 10. Backstage, Seth challenged Bobby Lashley to a match for the US title next week. Yes, please, that's going to be bloody brilliant if it happens. Before we saw an interview earlier in the match, in which The Miz said he was concerned about Dex Loomis. He didn't want to talk about it or even say his name. Also, Loomis was inside his house. How old is that guy? Been arrested yet? Yeah, genuine question. But no, I'm kind of enjoying this stuff. Miz is just great, isn't it? Before it was time for our main event, Edge versus Dominic. Edge was in control early and took him out with an early lariat before taking him outside and tossing him into the barricade. Dom was then sent into steel sets before Ripley dropped him from the apron. After a break, Dominic got some big suplex in, but was caught on the ropes before another assist from Rhea, who blocked the suplex. Dominic got the splash and near fall before he was sent headfirst into the steel ring post. Dominic went after Edge's injured knee before taking the Impaler DDT. Edge set up for the spear, but it was reversed off a half crab on the injured leg. The hold was broken before Edge strung Dom up on the ropes and hammered away his head for a DNF. Rey Mysterio came out to stop Edge and Damian Priest, dragging him out of the ring and dropped him on the announcer's desk. Balor then came in and speared Edge before Ripley came in with a steel chair and handed it to Dominic. Dom attacked the injured leg of Edge with the chair before Balor hit a coup de grace and the knee was wrapped on the chair. The Judgment Day were posing with the injured Hall of Famer as Raw went off the air. And yeah, 7 out of 10, really, really good stuff. The match didn't get a result. I think we kind of all knew that it'd be like that. I couldn't see Dominic getting a win over Edge. So yeah, it makes sense. And Jack gets 7 out of 10 for me. Really, really good match. Edge being written off TV presumably for a while. And you know, I actually am kind of enjoying this Judgment Day stuff. So good stuff, 7 out of 10. Raw this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, another really, really good episode of Raw under Triple H, I thought. You know, great match throughout the card. Everything, basically, I think, except for the Omos thing, kind of had a follow-up to it at the end of the match, which is really good, continuing storylines. And yeah, just a really good quality episode of WWE TV. You love to see it, more of that sort of stuff, please, Papa H. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, note thoughts, comments down below. If you want to link and switch for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.